This is the 10th portfolio update for my TD Ameritrade portfolio. We are currently sitting at 4,644 and 25 cents on the portfolio, and you're going to notice that we're actually doing this during a trading day, so you can see my balance is updating live here. And the reason for that is that I cannot record a video on Saturday, so I'm just going to do it today on Friday instead. So we're going to see this value change as the video goes on. However, a lot of stuff went down this week in the portfolio. We're going to first go over the positions here. I'll go to asset type. You'll notice we have a new share, and that is of 3D Systems. I'll explain why in a bit. Quite a bit more JEPI here, and tons of SPY options, which I'll go over in just a second. So let's go over the transaction history. To start off with the Ford dividend that came in, it actually shifted the options strike price, which was a little bit weird. I didn't expect that to happen like that, but it did. So it shifted it from $13.50 down to $12.85 for the strike price of that call option. I ended up buying more JEPI, as I've been doing. 4 SPY options expired for an iron condor last week, which I think I already went over this stuff in last week's video. I'm not sure though. I ended up buying back that Ford call for pretty much the same price that I opened it at, so I made nothing, lost nothing on this. And I ended up selling my Ford shares at $12.74. I then continued to buy JEPI, 3 shares on, that might have been Monday. Bought 1 share of 3D Systems because in my bioengineering class we're learning about 3D printing organs, and they are a company that's looking to 3D print organs in the future. So I thought I might as well buy a share. It's only $11, be fun to hold on to, so I bought that. I think we're currently up on this share. And then I sold an iron condor on, well, let me check the date on that. That is on Tuesday. So after the CPI report came out on Tuesday, I sold an iron condor because it came out, the market came out very flat as a reaction to that. So I ended up selling an iron condor on that day for $15 of credit. Continued to buy JEPI. So bought all my JEPI for the week. You can see I'm doing 3 shares a day now. I used to be doing 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Now I'm doing 3 every single day just because I want to really scale into this position. And now let's go to the spreadsheet here. Overall, we are down $126 on this portfolio, which is 2.65% overall. If we get down here, you can see my projected income is still very high, about 130, and that is greater than the current loss. So by March 5th still, same as last video, we should be able to finally go green. Still on track to do that, which is always good news. Let's talk about this monthly spread. This monthly spread has been making tons of money for me. I'll show you right here. It's this one down here. If we were to close this position right now, we'd have to buy at the ask, which is 12, and sell at the bid, which is 7. So this spread is currently worth $5. I initially sold it for 23, which means I made $18 so far on this spread alone. And obviously I'm going to let that decay all the way to 0 to get that full $23 of credit that I initially opened for. So I'm not worried about this spread being in the money whatsoever. I mean, 436, this thing is probably almost 10% away from hitting my short call, so I have no worries about this. Just going to hold on to that. Iron condor here. Huge iron condor this week. Like I said, I sold it on Tuesday after the CPI report for $15, and obviously it's still open right now. You'll notice I still have it open, but if you look at the bid and the ask, I mean, this thing is completely worthless now. So the only reason I marked it as having already expired is because I needed to make this video, and I know that the strikes are not going to get hit. They are like 5% out of the money on each side, so there's literally no chance that this gets takes any kind of hit. So we made the full $15 of premium on this iron condor. You can see that selling spreads has been incredibly profitable so far, up $26 overall on only $200 of collateral, just selling weekly spreads, which is absolutely incredible. That is a 13% return since January 23rd. So in less than a month, we've made 13% on $200. My thoughts are that if I can maintain this high yield week after week for the next couple months, I may end up doubling the position sizing on this just to rake in even more cash, because these have been very, very profitable so far, and I believe they'll continue to be that profitable for a long time. I feel like I have very strong technical analysis. I have very strong knowledge of deltas and probabilities, and that's allowing me to basically get a 100% gain every single time on these spreads. So, except for this one, of course, but that was because I mistook the expiration date. But yeah, Huge wins on the weekly spreads. Like I said, we're winning pretty big on the monthly spread as well, just waiting for that to decay. So yeah, doing really good on SPY spreads. Very happy with that. Continue over to JEPI here. We're down $1.21 overall on JEPI with a total of 50 shares. There's some sort of weird discrepancy between, I have 51 shares, but I only have myself listed as having 50. Not sure what's up with that. I'll have to look into that. But yeah, we're going to get a huge payment at the end of the month. If the dividend is super low, we'll get $22. If the dividend is as high as it was at one point, we could get up to $30. And of course, we're going to keep buying 3 shares a day for the next 2 weeks or so until we get that dividend. So it'll probably be even higher than this by a large margin. Continuing on to forward here, we got the covered calls. You can see we lost a total of $68 on this play. However, we're going to be getting paid that $80 dividend, which means that overall we will be up $12 on this forward play. So that's just an extra nice little $12 to add on to everything. So overall we came out decently green on this play, which I'm happy with, so I'm not worried about this at all. We are good to go. Moving on, bought the share DDD. Just for the long term, kind of for the fun of it. Nothing really going on there. If we move over here, you can see that Iron Condor has been added as an 8% profit on $200, $15 total. So far this month we have $31.55 in dividends and premiums that we've collected, and we're down 54 overall. And the main reason for that being 54 overall is this forward play that we did, but like I said, we're getting paid that $80 dividend. Of course, that's in March, so it'll make February look kind of bad, but overall we're up on that, so I'm not worried. You can see we're about to be beating SPY again. At one point we were losing pretty badly to SPY, but now we're about to beat it again, and we will definitely be beating it by the end of the month because we have a ton of payments that are due to us. If we look over here, kind of added a new little section to calculate some income here. Goal is 2.5% a month once I get fully scaled into JEPI. I think that's pretty achievable. But yeah, so that was my week so far. Of course, the market is still open. You can see we're down 327 now. But yeah, so everything's going really well. I'm just going to keep grinding it out this week. Like I said, hopefully we'll be green by the end of the month, and I'll see you in the next video.